Hey guys, and welcome to the video. So we're going to be talking about Terminator 7 update. But just before we get started, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the like button, guys, and hit the subscribe button to make sure you stay up to date with everything we've got going on around here. So yeah, James Cameron is writing a new movie that has one challenge to work around. So James Cameron says he's been working on Terminator 7, but he reveals one big challenge that's caused him to pause the writing process. So it looks like James is very interested in still making the Terminator IP work, which is quite surprising considering, the last few installments haven't been very profitable. The critics haven't really enjoyed it, the audience haven't really enjoyed it, and, the IP has just been run into the ground. So it's very surprising to hear that James Cameron still wants to get this IP up and running. But it's quite exciting if James Cameron's going to come back, although he did give his blessing on the last two movies and they didn't do so well. But let's jump in and see what this is about, guys. So James Cameron is writing Terminator 7. There's one big challenge that's getting in the way. Released in 2019, Terminator Dark Fate was an attempt at relaunching the long-running sci-fi action franchise via a legacy sequel, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton returning alongside a cast of young actors. I really enjoyed Linda Hamilton's return in that movie. I think she played the role phenomenally well. She's such a badass, even now. She's as much a badass now as she was back in Terminator 2. The attempt largely failed, unfortunately, as the film cost grossed just 261 million, on a reported budget of 185 to 196 million. So that lost a lot of money, guys. That made nowhere near, the amount of money that they needed it to make it successful. After Dark Fate met its somewhat dark box office fate, bit of a pun on words there, the Terminator franchise went into a seemingly deep freeze, with Schwarzenegger recently proclaiming that he is done with the series for good. Yeah, I don't understand why they kept bringing back Arnold Schwarzenegger. I understand that he was the one who, the IP was built around, but just because the IP was built around him, it doesn't mean we have to keep bringing him back and he has to keep playing the T-800 and we have to keep making movies around that. We can take the IP in a different direction, and Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't have to be at the center of it every time, And I think that was kind of their downfall the last few movies. Schwarzenegger's Terminator, director Cameron, is not done with the series, however. In fact, he has been working on another Terminator sequel and it's just confirmed. But according to Cameron, there's one big obstacle that's gotten in the way of continuing his work on Terminator 7. Speaking to the crowd at the Dell Tech World Conference via RC Mercado, the filmmaker said that he's started writing a new Terminator 3 months ago, but paused because he wants to see how things develop in the real world AI before things go further. So this is quite interesting. It's quite an interesting reason for Cameron to want to pause the writing process and see where AI is going to go, I guess. And then he wants to base the new Terminator movie more around AI rather than like robots gone mad kind of thing. But it's an interesting take, and the guy obviously knows what he's doing. He's got massive box office hit after massive box office hit. The guy just churns out money and he churns out great movies. So the guy knows what he's doing. Terminator 7 will focus more on AI than cyborgs, which is what I was just saying, guys. So AI has always been a major part of the Terminator mix, thanks to Skynet, the self-aware super intelligent system series, the true antagonist. Yeah, I think this could be really, really interesting. A really kind of deep dive look movie into AI, the system itself, and software becoming self-aware and everything, rather than just like full-on robots just going crazy. It could be more of a kind of philosophical movie as to AI and what's truly self-aware and what isn't. I think that could be quite interesting. Previous Terminator films always kept Skynet in the background, however, focusing instead on the cyborg assassin. The system is constantly sending back in time to alter the past. That will all change with Terminator 7, though. As Cameron says, the new movie will be more about AI. As he told the Smartless podcast in 2022, quote, "If I were to do another Terminator film, maybe try to launch that franchise again, I'd make it much more about the AI side of it than bad robots gone crazy." And I think he's onto something there. Even in a few months since Cameron made those remarks, developments in AI have accelerated to the point where now, even the daring director of Terminator and Avatar films has put on pause his writing process in order to catch up. Given the AI advancements seemingly won't be slowing down anytime soon, it's fair to wonder if Cameron can ever catch up to the point where whatever Terminator 7 script he writes won't be doomed to almost instant obsolescence. Yeah, I suppose he's got a point. You just look at where, ChatGPT's just come out of nowhere, and then we've got things like Stable Diffusion, obviously being able to manipulate images and things like that. And we've already seen it. AI is already posting, viral pictures around the internet that we can't distinguish from what's real and what's not. And, kind of incorporating that into a Terminator film would be quite interesting. What's real, what isn't, what's self-aware, what isn't, what is the true essence of AI. I think that'd be very, very interesting kind of philosophical look at a movie. Indeed, all sci-fi writers of 2023 face the same problem. Technology is going so fast that even the most imaginative minds are struggling to stay ahead of the game. The new reality is indeed more frightening than any bad robot gone crazy. That's the thing, isn't it? I think that's the reason why Terminator 1 worked so well, is because it was in a time before AI got to the point where it became self-aware and the robot came back in time, but we didn't actually know what the future looked like. But now we're kind of catching up. AI is getting to the point in real life where, people are saying that, it could become self-aware and things are becoming dangerous, and making a movie around that concept would be very, very interesting. It's something I would love to see. But yeah, I throw it off to you guys. Are you interested in another Terminator film? Do you think this IP is dead? Do you think the switch to the AI movie instead of just robots gone crazy, do you think that makes for a more interesting movie? Jump down to the comment section, guys. I'd love to know what you think, and I will see you soon.